Got good enough confirmation. What did you go outside? Gotcha. I forgot about your cookie chili. That's good. Can't have a bad chili. Well. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Didn't want to cough in your ear. Didn't think I was gonna make it through there. Yeah, I'm good. It just took me a minute to let my lungs know, but we'll be alright. They weren't receiving the message quickly. Yeah. Nobody was answering there for a second. You mess with Phil Robertson? Yeah, Duck Dynasty, Phil. Yeah. I listen to him once in a while. Like I said, back in the day, I would listen to him religiously, and then I'm just easy to be persuaded away from what I know is true to my heart. Don't realize that. Granted, I'm far from being anywhere so telling anybody about anything. There you go. Absolutely. Do you wonder once in a while what it would be like if the choice was made differently in the beginning? Are we allowed to? Like, no, I'm going back as far as the beginning. Adam and Eve. Because isn't that where the root really lies? Or is that would be Old Testament when that kind of thing. That stuff's already happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. The right and wrong choices in life that were created. Because if that wouldn't have happened, though, we would still be in perfect image of God. Correct. Like we have today, and now we live in chaos and poorness, and not sure because we venture off the path of the fruit, the righteous fruit. I know more than I let myself know. They don't connect the dots. Yeah. Right. I enjoy having a set of ears to listen because, you know, I didn't think I'd ever. Go ahead. Well, I never really got into depth. I was explaining my story and he wasn't interested, like being hit by the car and then the drug problem, and then that was as far as I was able to get in my story, and he was easily distracted. Well, I gotta go. So, yeah. Yeah. So, and when you do that to the type of person that I am, because I'm more of like, don't be looking at your phone when I'm talking. Like, I get really upset with the old lady on that. Well, did. I don't matter now. I don't bring it up because it's like washing a cat. You just don't do it. Well, she's had the cat forever though, too, right? I mean, you don't find a stray and go out there and washing it. Yeah, a cat that's accustomed to knowing that you ain't gonna try and drown it. Yeah. That's crazy. Just a complete indoor cat. He'll go out and stuff. Yeah. Don't get cats stoned. Well, you can feed them catnip. That gets them stoned. But, like, blowing marijuana in a box where they're trapped underneath and then letting them out, it's not the best of ideas. Yeah, it was torturous. But it happened when I was a kid. Yeah, and then duct tape on the bottom of their feet. Oh, man, that's wild. Too. Yeah. I mean, it was like a one-time thing because we were stoned and stupid and kids, and the cat ran by. But maybe I shouldn't share this. You're not like with the animal control center and stuff, are you? Used to work for them, but they didn't pay well. I figured this on paying treats. I made that up. I didn't make up the duct tape and getting the cat stoned, though. That was a true story. I thought that's what you said she was gonna do. Does she work all the time? It's over, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I get it. I totally. See? And you know, conspiracy isn't a bad thing, right? Like, conspiracy is a thought about something. Just to make that clear. So you brought it up, I didn't. But you mentioned the CIA, right? And they're the ones that actually made up the word conspiracy to make us out to be crazy. It's really a psyops, right? And that's what you would say when it's... Yeah, that's exactly what it is, really. Because all conspiracies are just thoughts on top of our free will, God-given right. But we have two eyes and we have two ears to hear what's going on as well, and we call kettle black because it's not yellow. So, just kind of want to clarify that, because a lot of folks don't know that, and then when you bring up stuff, and like my stepdad, I have a few stepdads actually. My mom remarried a couple times. But like my little brother's dad anyway, I was talking to them last night. And it was kind of good chat actually. His memory is about as good as mine. And he'll be 72, I think this year, 71, 72. Yeah, he's like, you remember my orange Chevy I used to have back when he was a kid? I was like, yeah. It was like my favorite truck in the whole wide world. It was like an 82, 84 short bed Chevy 350. It was a mean little truck. Yeah. He watched me play farm for a little while. Oh man, he's like, where's the Yellow's Trump? So here where I'm from, it's always been like Ales Charmers, Whites, you know, the people that had deer, they had deer. But usually they were like show deer in the clean shed and stuff. They weren't like nothing fancy they worked with. And then the farm that I grew up on was nothing but Ales Charmers. But then as I got older and in my teen and adult years, my buddy had a small beef farm and run international. So, and I was always fond of his international 806, which is kind of a bigger small tractor. You know, it's not for huge farming, but mediocre ranch type farming. So that's why so this farm's built on HI, international equipment. And last night when I was running, I had this international 1206 little tractor, that my little narrow front end tractor. And he's like, "Where's the airless?" And I went out and bought one just to have it on the farm, because they actually finally come out with two after years of this game being out or in existence. But copyrights and shit like poop like that, or logistics like that, that'd probably be like the smart way to say it, right? The copyright and logistics, not poop or shh. Yeah. You better wake up. You sound pretty charged for just getting up. Yeah, I wish I got up like that. I'm like, rah! Like, who kicked my nest? Yeah. Yeah. Do you know why? Yeah. Yeah. Yep. That's why when you swung the door open too hard, it punched through that plaster sheetrock of back in the day. And then you're like, oh man, because then there was an instant draft just through that doorknob hole in the wall. It used to be, yeah. It wasn't nothing built fancy. No. I lived in one, that's pretty much what I lived in. I mean, it had insulation, but it was newspaper. Yeah. Yeah, same. But there was newspaper in the walls. That was pretty much what they used, which was just the trash when they were building the house. It wasn't even, it ain't there no more though. Yeah. Hey, this tractor's pulling this a lot better than that other tractor was. So that other tractor is kind of struggling. Like, you'd be in a straight shot and you'd be like, brr, brr, brr. This one's just brr. Like there's nothing behind it. Saved it. I watched, so the old farmer I used to work for, or started out working on when I was a kid, was actually the same boss that my stepdad had when he was a kid. So you imagine the age difference there. So it was like a 80-some-year-old, 90-some-year-old man. And my best friend worked there as well. And we had to move hay bale, round bales. And the old man was running the tractor, which couldn't see, had bad knees, water on his knees. All the elements that no man should still be walking with at that age, but he was still doing it and driving and everything. But anyhow, we're out there, and he went to back the tractor up, and my best friend's cousin or some relation was down there with us, and they like backed over his leg with the tractor, but didn't break it. It was insane. It was like, so you're standing up in that your whole right side. He backed over it that way, like not like up the side of it, so it wouldn't have been able to bend. But it bent, but it didn't break a bone. Yeah, it was pretty. It's kind of like you bringing up the dead skin cells in the mattress earlier, type gross looking. You should have been there. It would have been even grosser if it would have snapped like that. Yeah. Luckily we were just kids and we were able to, and we were resilient, is that the word? So he didn't break. But you bet your ass me and my buddy were just hollering at the old man, "Go forward, whoa!" At the top of our lungs, man. We're like, we don't want to be here to witness this old man break this kid's leg. I mean, this kid's a pain in the butt, but it ain't worth breaking his leg. Not yet, anyway. Because the kid was a nuisance. But it was, like I said, we're not that cold. Well, I reckon I'll just drive over here and grab seed, because I need to get these pallets cleaned up from the shop anyway. Will this tractor even make it out of there? I'm hoping. Oh, it's tight. It's tight. I made it though. Could have been provocative with that, but we didn't go there. The thought come up because of the comedian in me, but I didn't. Can I say it now that I'm like a mile down the road though from it? That's what she said. If you rewind back a mile, you'll understand. I think you picked it up. Did you pick it up what I said? Okay, we'll leave it alone. It's fine. I didn't want you to hear it anyway, but I had to say it out loud so I didn't forget it. For that type of crowd, you know? Yeah. Because I'm a comedian. I had a thought about I said it was tight pulling that tractor to there, and then I got a mile down the road with getting through that situation, and then I went provocative and I said that's what she said. Yeah. You gotta know your crowd, man. Yeah, I was generous about it. I kept it PG-13 and even broke it down for you. Do you think I could make it? If I was to write them down and go full bore, like I did with the moonshine thing. Plus, the moonshine thing's just an extra benefit if I got into that type of crowd, because, you know, well, not, yeah, there's two differences, because you can do a moderate, you know, mediocre comedian stuff, and then you can do provocative, and that's where I was breaking down into two crowds. I don't know, I've thought about it quite a lot. My grandpa used to praise me and say I could get away with it. And he was into all them late night TV show type stuff. As well as like grandma. You remember the Sci-Fi Channel with the people that sat down in the front of the TV? On the TV, and then they commentated about the movie that they were watching. It was always pretty funny. Watch that stuff with my grandma. You don't remember. You like stand up? Who's that? Haley? Howie? Howie. Yeah, that's what I thought you said, but it come out. I picked it up as Haley. Wait, who the hell is Haley Mendel? Is that his wife? Sorry. Yeah, right? Yeah. She's a good comedian. She does all Howie's writing. That's funny. I like to go back and listen to like George Carlin and Sam, oh, what is his name? The dude that yelled. He had long hair, wore a trench coat and a little like a painter's hat or whatever, barista or something like that. I don't know what them hats are called, but there's another one, but I can't think. Richard Pryor. I don't really. No, not Richard Simmons. The more darker one. The darker Richard that did comedy. But you can tell he was on something. Yeah, so I said. Then you went to Richard Simmons. Richard Simmons didn't do no comedy. He did aerobics. There you go with that Medulla. Did he do comedy? I'm pretty sure he only did aerobics. Well, that's not good. Well, I remember old Richard. And I don't care what the CIA does to try and trick me. Because, they're wrong. I was there. I lived through it. It was right before the Jetsons if you stayed home from school that day. And trust me, CIA, go look at my file. I was home. Yeah, like, did I tell you? Yeah, I did. I did bring it up to you, Bones, and you laughed at me. Which is fine. You laughed at me about FBI and stuff being infiltrated into our video games. Was it you? Maybe it was Bones. It sounds more like Bones. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Hey, I got 4 people watching me. The other day, yesterday, I had 140 people check out my stream. Like, I never had anything like that. The only time I ever had anybody check out my stream is if I said, hey, family members are like you guys. And, like, most of you guys don't look at it. Unless you're like Zach and you just want to comment something mean or funny, because we're brothers like that. You're good. Yeah, that's my YouTube channel. You can like and subscribe to it. Hillbilly Moonshine. Hillbilly Matthias, aka Moonshine. Yeah, that's what it is. Or you just click on that video that I sent you the other day, or this one, or there's a live one playing now. No, I sent it on your phone. It's just a preview, that's what it sounds like. Are you watching me live now? Because there's one up. Yeah. Nice. But yeah, I don't know. Plus, I went back the other night and watched just a little bit to see the difference in the gameplay from PlayStation 4, or broadcasting from PlayStation 4 versus this, and this is like, because you could tell in the pixels that PS4 was down, didn't run it as fast as this does. So I think that's another reason, big reason why people keep coming back or check it out. It's how I got into this game, like big time. I used to watch this dude on, he was a CEO at a prison. I don't know where, didn't get into it, or in that type of line of work do you get into where you're from or anything like that. But anyway, seemed like a decent dude, and I used to watch him. And like on PC, you got like, you can dig holes in the ground, you can go mining and stuff like that, like really crazy elaborate things. Like here we just get a big rock pile basically and just dig it all gone. But on there they can like run into the wall and fill up their buckets, more of a realistic effect versus here. Here, if you want rocks out of the ground, you have to take a rock picker to your field or place a bin that carries them. Yeah, it's alright. Yep. So you download this yet? And all 6,200 mods? Awesome. What? I thought that's what you were doing. He's like, no, this dude just was alerted that I'm right behind him and I'm about to stab him. That's not what happened? Oh. But it could have if he was right behind that dude that you're sneaking up to. I watched a short video on YouTube earlier about it, about that game in particular. It is pretty in-depth, like the way you play and probably snipe the dudes out, and like this guy was throwing frag grenades, the flashbang grenades, and then he would shoot the driver and then the vehicle would stop, you'd be right there hidden behind something small. Then he'd throw a flashbang, and the dude that jump out of the passenger seat would be disturbed, all messed up for a minute. And then he would run up and what you taught me, where you can just beat the crap out of them and take them all for hostages. I didn't know you could take them as hostages. The people in the game. Did you? I have no idea. You just kick the crap out of them, and then they give them the prompt to take them as hostage. But I don't know if that's. I don't know if that was Breakpoint or if it was the first one, like Wildlands. I'd imagine it'd probably be Wildlands because that was more drug cartel type stuff versus Breakpoint's more sci-fi, right? Yeah, but they don't. It doesn't refrain to drugs. The first one, the first Ghost Recon, Wildlands is what it's called. Refrains around being in the South America type environment and was overrun with drug cartels. And you was there on ops to clean the place up pretty much. Yeah, that's the first one. I had a demo of it. I didn't own it for a little while. Yeah, it's the same. But like I said, you can hostage people on there and stuff like that because of the drug. Because you're there on drug aspects, cleaning up the drug cartel and stuff like that. And getting intel and same dynamics of that one, but that one's more scientific with robots and stuff like that versus the cartel one wasn't that way. It was players versus environment, players versus NPCs. But on all levels, like the people in the town could be a threat and everything. Well, I guess it's the same, because the people it's the same thing, because the people driving around are still a threat. And then the patrols, but the only thing that's different is that patrols are cartel patrols on the Wildlands. That's how you break that up. Yep. What do you mean? Well, like nobody knew? Yeah, they say it's kind of a dead game, too. A couple other things I'd heard on the YouTubes about it. Hey, that guy's not gonna do that. Because it's an older game, and they try and revamp them, and with throwing, because Breakpoint is like a revamp version to bring them back to that game to coop more money off you. Same reason why I've paid for Grand Theft Auto like more times than I even want to tell you. At least 6 times I bought that game because I bought it for PS3 as a hard copy, bought it for PS4 as a hard copy, bought it for PS4 as a digital copy, bought it for PlayStation 5 as a digital copy, or no, not PS4, PS5 as a digital copy. So yeah, like 3-4 different times I've already paid for that game. But it don't transfer over if you bought it first time, hard copy. Silly. It's a silly gimmick, man. All of it, by design. And they want to tell us that Lincoln ended slavery. Bullsh. Snikes he did. He just put it in the Underground Railroad. And we're the Underground Railroad today, right? Is that not how you would classify that? Yeah, I would, if you wanted to go into a thought. Because it's just underground, and the reason why they call it underground is because it's on paperwork, and it's in the bureaucracy and politics and stuff that we have no idea because they keep it from us, which wasn't, they tell us it wasn't supposed to be that way. But how did we get as far as Lincoln? And then, because they're saying, you know, Lincoln wasn't the greatest feller. I don't know, wasn't there. I wasn't the greatest feller once upon a time either, probably. No, I know, I wasn't. But I fixed it a little bit. I still can be a jerk. No, we're not a jerk either. That's bad too. Don't look that up. It's the same thing as a dude is. You know what a dude is? There's a pimple on an elephant's butt. Oh, it's dork. A dork is a bad thing too. It's a bump on a elephant's privates. Yeah. Hey man, you went there earlier, so if I disturb you, it's your fault. Yeah, you went there with the whole mattress thing. And I told you I would Jen Psaki and circle back. You know who she is? She was that redhead that was, you do know who she is. He's like, she said circle back. I knew exactly who you were talking about. That's how you knew, wasn't it? She was Obama's too, press secretary. Yep. Yeah, she'll circle back. Can you ask her a question? Yeah, this Pierre, Pierre, she's a pain in the rear. See, man, it's just fluent to me. This comedic stuff. I should take it on the road. Jack ain't coming back no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. So you make possum millions on your community, Jack. You ain't coming back no more, no more, no more, Jack. I should have wrote that down. There's a tune to my coming out on stage jam, my theme song. There you go, theme song. Come on, possum. I'm just messing up now. Oh, well, I wasn't. I shut the mic off, because they don't need to hear all of what I have to say, like the conspiracy stuff, the deep thoughts. I don't know, it might make me money. Who knows? We look at all them other stupid stuff, didn't we? Yeah, like get your bread and milk and eggs before the blizzard of the solar eclipse, lunar eclipse thing. And make sure you pay. Go ahead. Yeah, it makes it makes sure you pay your electric bill, or they'll flick it off on you for a second. See, the CIA was trying to mess with us right there and then. What if I was right there and you just disappeared? And I thought it was the end of the world. And you fell off it first. I must be next. He's only 8 states away. It happened in a matter of minutes. Oh yeah, the 5G, man, the 5G towers. And then in the inner cities, there's actually there's a city near us called Williamsport, and there's actually metal frames with these freaking things on them, but they look like trees when you're driving down this highway and you see them. They look like metal pine trees, but they got all this electronic stuff on them. Yeah, it's probably real dangerous to get around it, touch it. We don't really know what it is. It ain't been there with our main power grid or anything else that we're accustomed to, like your direct TV satellites. And so I don't know, but yeah, I remember. Yep. Do you know that birds aren't really birds? They're all battery operated, and they power up off from the power lines, right? They're CIA watchers. You didn't know that? Yeah. Oh, well, I was just trying to keep you up to date. You know, you've been here longer than me. Why do I gotta give you the information? Story of my life, too. Why is that, though? There's another question I haven't asked, but I have asked in the past. No, why? I'm a young man, and I just told you new stuff, and you're an old man. Kind of like what I was talking about my father-in-law and stuff, as well, kind of thing. Like, you guys should know this stuff before I knew it, right? Or you did and you forgot. Is that your excuse? He's like, that's what I'm totally going with. Well, I wasn't really directing it just that. I was, yeah. Yeah. I've heard it a couple times throughout my life with the birds, but in general, I'm saying like, alright, for instance, here's a different example. This is a better example to understand what I mean. So the neighbor dude's, or the neighbor lady's ex-boyfriend, baby's dad, right? I told you about that story and why we have all this tension. And he would scuff and complain about her, and he would sit there and drink on his barley pops the whole entire time and be completely drunk and donkey, and well, that ain't gonna work, cause asinine, make an asinine out of himself. But anyhow, but I was giving advice, but I'm a young man looking up to an older, because he was older than I was. Why does that happen? Not by much, but there's been other incidents where way older. I've been in that same predicament type of situations throughout my life. Is that a good thing? That's a gift, wouldn't it be? If we, we can look at gifts. Like, I had knowledge to explain their situation back to them for an understanding. Like, even my dad, and like there where I mentioned, I mentioned the good Lord and how I couldn't deny ever in my life. I may get frustrated and say bad things, but I'm immediately repenting. But on like you know, just let them know about the good Lord. But on daily stuff, I've always been in situations where I was preaching up to my elders. There you go. It's kind of like, listen to your elders, but in my situation, a lot of times, my elders are listening to me. Not in your forte, but is it a gift, though, because of my circumstances, and I'm able to help. I don't help places I should, but we're working on it. Yeah. Well, I guess it is a little of both. Big time. But then it's a catch-22 because I help people outside the household. Well, it has in the past been an issue. I'm quicker to help anybody else outside of the family that I've created. And that is always a big thing. Still is. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. No, you put on the person next to you, and then yours. Oh, alright. I don't know, I've never flown an airplane, just a helicopter. They already had their mask on me, so I was good. I do, yeah. Yeah. Right. Live and learn. Absolutely. You alright? Fall down? Oh. Did you hit your mic by chance? I heard like a click. I thought maybe you fell down. I don't know. He's like, no, trying to get up here. The chili's been cooked. I'm good. Yeah. I don't know, I might make this pass and... Oh, man, now I got people watching me, bro. No. There was an option for him to hear us, but I refused it. I could have included the party chat to the... But I don't like to do that. I don't even commentary when they're just farm noises only. I don't, like I said, we're back to the last week's conversation, the confidence thing. I feel silly too, sitting here talking to myself. And then it's like, it takes me back to Vietnam days when I was playing Hot Wheels cars and the farm set, and I don't know if that's really cool to do at 35 years old, make up a storyline and all that. I mean, there's other YouTubers that are doing it, don't get me wrong. I know, but man, it's this image thing and all that. It's so complicated out here. You know what I mean? You know exactly what I mean. It's like wearing a pair of clown shoes the first day of school type image. Weird. It's all this weird yucky stuff in the world that does it to you, right? Technically, yeah. Like women shouldn't have to wear makeup. They're beautiful no matter what. Yeah, it's the confidence and all that. And then I sound like a 12-year-old boy that didn't hit puberty and won't ever, because he's actually a 35-year-old man. Yes, she's got voice. She's got more of a manly voice than me. Yeah, I know, I'm just picking. I have in the past, but like, huh? Yeah, wouldn't that be something? My wife ain't got time. Yeah. I've tried, but my wife has a cerebral aneurysm in her head. So like, playing these games, it's at a minimum. It'll cause her to get a headache. And then like the warnings that we're supposed to read when we load the game up, you know, the ones that we click through to get to the action, they actually tell you that playing these games for too long with head trauma and stuff could cause seizures. Did you know that? You didn't know. I guess he didn't know that. Yeah. Yep. See? Living's learning. Yep. I don't know, I'm thinking about going and seeing where the family is and if they want to go for a walk around town real quick. Wouldn't be a bad idea to do. Or at least me and the kid. The wife don't. Let's see. We have anybody watching? It doesn't say there.